This is how I study the Bible, and I'm going to be doing this in two shots. So first from this point of view and then from an overhead shot. How do I study the Bible? Well, first off, I read the Bible, and usually I'll read it from a regular Bible, not a study Bible. Then, while I'm reading, I will take notes, and I break the notes down into chapter title, recap, or any questions that I have while I read. I'll just put it down there. Okay, then how do I do my research? Well, so I pop open the Bible, and right now, for instance, I'm on Genesis chapter 41. Okay, and what I do is on the bottom there are commentaries, little notes. Okay, and this is the Oxford Study Bible, but then I have a New American Catholic Study Bible, and on here it has basically little links that will give you little notes. So you hit the little thing, and up will come some information about the text. But that's not all. So once I have a broad overview and a broad understanding, I will then, if I have further questions like I do over here, I will then look up through the New American Bible Concordance, New World, and basically it has answers in here, right? But that's from a Catholic point of view. What if I want from a Protestant point of view? So I look up, if I'm going to look it up in here, I also look it up in here so I can get both sides of the issue. This is from 1991, so I'm going to buy a new one soon. I think I'm going to get the Christian Bible Standard Study Bible. All right, then, but let's say I'm in the Old Testament. What do I do? Because I mean, this and this, that's fine, but how do I know that these are telling the truth? Well, I have the tumult. There are different parts of it. This is not all of it. There are different ones out there. Anyway, this is the one that I'm currently using, and I look up to see what the Jewish ideas of this stuff are. But what if it's referencing a non-biblical text, something like an ancient religion? Well, then I get myself one of my other ancient books that I like to read, and whatever they're referencing, whatever culture they're referencing, I will open it up, go to the index, find whatever story correlates to the story that's in the Bible, and then I'll read it, so I know what I'm talking about. What if it's in the New Testament? Well, then you have your Thomas Aquinas, or you can have your church fathers. All right, but what if I'm missing a question or an understanding? Well, there are Catholic Bible study guides and Protestant Bible study guides, and they will have questions, and maybe there's a question or an idea that's important to other people that you missed. So then I get all these ideas together and I cross-reference, because I don't just trust the sources. I like to make sure that what this source says and what that source says, and then look it up and reference it against a dictionary or encyclopedia if you want to use the internet as an encyclopedia. And then you go to the book, whatever the source material is, and the bottom of the thing will say sources. So you go to the source books, and you then see if the source book agrees with what the commentators say it says, and then I form an opinion. Now, I realize this might seem like a very secular approach for some people, but I like knowing what I'm talking about. And I will even use YouTube and look up what different religions have to say about it. So I'll look up a prominent Protestant teacher, or I'll look up a prominent Catholic apologist. I'll look up if it's the Old Testament, I'll look up a rabbi, and I'll just type in to see what their point of view is on this same topic. And then from all that information, I will form my opinion. And my opinions are subject to change with the more that I know. This is not the same page that I had it open to earlier, but there was a problem with the recording. So anyway, there's your chapter. Here are the notes down here, and these are the regular notes right there, and then this right here is the commentary. So you got the chapter and the verse, and then you have the information regarding that. And it will have references to other books in the Bible, and even sometimes to books outside of the Bible. Now this is from the Oxford, and this is more of an academic text, but if I want a more religious understanding, I have on my Kindle, a Catholic Bible, a study Bible, and it also has little notes, so you just hit right there and you'll get yourself a footnote, and that's basically the commentary. And it will have references to other stuff as well, and you can look those up. But let's say that's not enough for you. There's also Bible dictionaries. So I happen to be using the New World, New American Bible Dictionary, and the Holman Bible Dictionary. And I'll cross-reference stuff here, and this will also have references to other books. So what happens if the reference is an ancient text? Well, I have the ancient text. Now, how do you find that? It's really simple. In here, you will see that there are numbers. There are numbers that correspond to the translation. And so you just simply look up what they were referencing, what the Bible is talking against when it talks about these other religions. So that way you can see what's there. Now, with these ancient texts, as you can see, some parts of the original manuscripts are missing, so they can't be translated into English. Now, I don't read ancient Greek or ancient Mesopotamian, so when I want to find something out from these ancient texts, I buy a good translation. Personally, I prefer the Oxford or the Penguin, but any modern translation will be good enough to get some context. But what if you want to understand what other cultures thought about the text? Well, then you can read something like the Tumult, which is Jewish commentary on the Bible and lessons about Jewish life. So if you want to understand how other cultures translated or understood this text, there you go. There are multiple volumes of the Tumult, and not all of it's going to fit in one book, so just pick the translation that you want and go with that. Okay, what if you want a more Christian understanding? Well, you got books like Thomas Aquinas and his selected writings. But if you want more commentary, like especially with the New Testament, there are the Church Fathers. So you have early Christian writings, and you got all of this stuff, so you can kind of understand how different people understood the text. But what if that's not enough for you? Well, there are study guides. There are Catholic study guides, which I think this one's out of print, and there are Protestant study guides, which this one I just got. And you can see if there's any questions or any common ideas that you just missed when you were doing your research. Like I said, this is how I do it. This is a very secular approach, and that might not please some people, but I like having a broader understanding of what I'm reading. All right, that's it. Peace.